What is up, party people? Today is a new gear day, a new guitar day. It's been a little bit since I've gotten a new guitar. We all know I have a problem there. Today it's a headless guitar though. It's been mostly headstocked guitars for the immediate past right now. But this is also from a different brand. This is from a relatively new brand called Omne Guitars, and this is the Vetus 7. And it's pretty sick. Let's talk about it. Alright, so Omne Guitars is a relatively new guitar brand, but the person that owns it is not new to guitars, working on them, guitar teching. He's very, very good at what he does, and that's going to show in what I say about this guitar in this review. Do want to point out that I did pay for this guitar. I did not get this for free. I was not sent it as a demo guitar or anything like that. I paid for this out of my own money. Been wanting to try them for a little bit. You all know I'm a fan of headless guitars, especially ergonomic, multi-scale headless guitars. This is a 7-string. The Vetus 7 is a 25.5-inch scale to a 27-inch scale multi-scale, and it sits pretty much perfectly. I mean, the way that this is designed, it's very ergonomic. It does not have one of those ergo-style necks, so it's not gonna be like an extreme V-style like a Strandberg. It's not gonna have that V-shape like a GOC either. This has a very modern, thin D-shape. It's very comfortable. And this roasted maple feels really, really good. Like, it's a Canadian maple neck, and it feels really, really nice. It is not gloss at all. It actually feels really, really good. But that roasted maple paired with the North American swamp ash makes this guitar extremely light. Like, I would compare this to Strandberg as far as lightness goes, but the body shape is just, it looks sick. I'm a sucker for a single cut. I love my telly shapes and everything. This doesn't look like a telly, obviously, but I don't know, it looks like an amalgamation of a lot of different guitars that I like. And what matters most though is that it's super comfortable. This little cutout for the bridge down here actually keeps it to where the tuners aren't rubbing on my leg and getting changed as well. And speaking of the tuners, so this bridge, we do have a kind of hip shot style bridge to it. It's not hip shot, but it's definitely nice to play. There's no sharp edges, and intonation and everything is super easy on it, which I didn't have to do because this came set up perfectly out of the box, but intonation super easy to do because of the access to the screws to move the saddles right there. Very, very simple, way easier than other headless brands that are out there, like Strandberg. No hate there, no hate there. You have a dual locking headpiece up here as well to hold onto the strings. It looks very clean. The headpiece, not headstock, but the headpiece is large enough to fit in a wall hanger, which I have behind me as well. So I just pinch those wall hangers closed a little bit and it lets them hang in it pretty much perfectly. Now, as far as electronics go, we are rocking the Fishman Fluence Abasi pickups, which is really cool. I haven't owned active pickups in, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. Three-way toggle switch on here, as well as a push-pull volume pod that allows you to use the different voicings that the Abasi pickups have to offer. You can get more voicings if you were to add like a 5-way blade switch. I am not that complicated of a guy. I only needed, the coil split sound and then the normal humbucking sound, and then selecting between bridge, middle, and then neck pickup array. Other than that, these guitars are very simple, very lean, very mean. They're very light, like I mentioned earlier. I don't know the exact weight on it. I'll try and weigh it and put it up on the screen here. Rear mounted input jack keeps it out of the way for you. You have a 5-bolt mount here, and you really don't feel this neck heel at all when you're playing, even if you're down in the lower registers here, because of the way that it is mounted. So the neck actually goes pretty far into the body and mounts there as well. So pretty cool. Truss rod adjustment at the heel, my favorite way to have them. But yeah, I think that's all we need to talk about as far as the guitar itself. Now we just need to hear it. So what I've got going here is Archetype Nolly X. And yes, I'm using a plugin, and that's because most of you are using plugins as well. I will be doing more videos of this through my Omega Granophyre and my Peavey and everything like that. But for fairness sake, I want you all to hear it through something that you've heard a million times through all the other channels out there. So we're using Archetype Nolly X, and we're gonna go through the clean channel first. And this is just a preset in there, so you could try it out yourself if you ever bought this guitar, but it's called the Best Clean, and let's see how it sounds. So that's all the bridge pickup. That's what is great about Fishman pickups, is their cleans are just unmatched. I don't have a single set of passive pickups that with zero effort sound like that. So I know that I've said in the past I'm not the biggest fan of active pickups in general, but they do have their uses, and man, on a 7-string, do they have their uses. So let's go to the middle pickup selector position here. All right, and the neck, and then we'll move on to the good stuff. and I lied. Let's go ahead and do a coil split from the bridge pickup, and I'll just play through these real quick. So coil split, bridge pickup. That sounds good. Middle position. And then the neck. Cool, so we covered all of that, clean, got that out of the way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and switch it over to, again, Archetype Nolly X, and this is his preset. This is Nolly's other preset. It's called Tone Booze's Legend, and I found it's one of the best presets that you have in that plugin. It sounds good no matter what guitar that I plug in, and the settings are pretty extreme. If you just look at this amp, he's cranking the bass and the mids. Treble is left at noon, presence is brought all the way down. If we look at the cab section, he's got a 57 directly on the cone, and then a 421 very close to the cone as well. That's taking care of the presence kind of naturally, I guess you could say. And then he's boosting a ton of 4.5K. And so we're doing some significant boosting inside of the EQ section. Over on the pedal section, the overdrive is, the tone's pretty well cranked. The level is not, level is just a little bit above noon. And it just sounds good. Again, no matter what guitar I plug in, it just sounds good. So I think you can tell it sounds pretty damn mean. Thing rips, these pickups sound really good. Let's go in the middle position. I don't really know what to play on a distorted channel in the middle position pickup. Let me know any riffs I should look up and learn for this to demo it better in the future for people, because I'm a bridge pickup guy, man. I actually could care less if he just didn't put a neck pickup in here at all. Because the bridge pickup with these Abasis sounds great on clean and on distorted. So anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and go to the middle. And then neck pickup. Also worth noting, I am in the DADGAD 7-string variant tuning, so I'm not going to be playing any of the normal leads that I play because I wouldn't know where to start on this tuning to play them. I've been learning Leviathan from Monuments, and so that's what this guitar is in, because it's a 25.5 to 27-inch scale, and I can use normal strings on it. So I'm rocking 9 to 56s, I believe, are what he put on it from the get-go. Yeah, 9 to 56 gauge Ernie Ball strings, and I'm in the drop A DADGAD variant. So it's a half step up with some weird stuff going on there. It sounds great. Now let's go ahead and go back to the bridge pickup, because I want to show off the single coil sound to it, because it's got some cool spank to it. So it's still thick, it still sounds good, but you do have that cut of the single coil. I'm actually really excited to try this out in drop G. I'll restring this with some 10 to 64s, and I'm gonna put this in drop G and see how that sounds. So obviously stay tuned for a later video on that one. You're gonna wanna hear that because I've got a song that I wrote on it too. We're gonna have to go through that a little bit. So now that we've played through a little bit here, I wanna talk about a little bit of the ethos of the company, which is to build a high quality guitar that you don't have to finance. You know, you don't have to get 36 months no interest on one of these. Looking at their website right now, these are sold out currently. More batches are on the way, but these are $919, so $920 US dollars. And that's a steal for what you get out of this. You get premium pickups and premium hardware inside of this. You have a great bridge. You have one of the best necks I've ever felt, and the fretwork and everything is immaculate on these. Now, the owner is the person that does all of the quality control on these, so he goes through each of these before they get sent out to their new owners, and he makes sure the fretwork is perfect. He makes sure that the setup and intonation is perfect, and that way when you get it, you have a guitar that was looked over by somebody before it was shipped out to you. That's not something you can say about most companies these days. That's why buying from a small batch builder, in my opinion, is one of the best ways that you can go. Because I've gotten guitars from much larger companies for way more, 3-4 times the price of this, that had terrible quality control. And again, I bought this. He didn't send it to me. He didn't know that I was gonna make these videos with it or anything like that. So it's really cool to get something of this caliber and this quality out of the box that I can immediately plug in and start playing and not have tuning issues, not have intonation issues. That's, again, almost unheard of. So for any of you that are into buying from small businesses or just privately owned businesses instead of big conglomerates like I am, kind of apply that to your musicianship as well. You know, buy guitars from those brands, buy strings from those brands, buy your picks and pedals and things like that from those brands. It matters more in the long run than giving it to, you know, Gibson or Fender or even Strandberg at this point. They're a huge company at this point. And they'll never care as much about their product as the smaller batch builders will. The smaller batch builders, they'll always put their 100% into these guitars. And that may just be my opinion, but it's also been my experience because most of my guitars have been from smaller batch builders. And I'm gonna continue that trend, except for my Kiesels. I do love my Kiesels. Y'all can tear those from my dead cold arms. But yeah, I hope y'all like this quick demo of the Vetus 7 for Omne Guitars. Please leave down in the comments below what other styles and everything that you might want to hear this do, and I'll see if I can do them or not. And obviously leave questions that you might have for the owner of the company because I'm sure that he'll see them down in the comments below as well. And until next time, peace and love, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye now.